Nithyananda, completing for the technical glitch. And as we were explaining about As Nithyananda comes in the various forms, not just in astrology, but it comes in the form of the Rudraksha AI to give you guidance on the right Rudraksha. There are various types of Rudrakshas. So to give you guidance on the type of Rudraksha, it gives guidance on the gemstones that you need to wear, which enhances your being, enhances your inner space, and at the same time the Vastu Shastra, which gives you insights on how you should design your physical space so that it gives you an experience. It influences your mental space also. How the place around you influences your physical inner space, like how your house is designed. It actually makes a lot of impact on your inner space. Same way, whether if you want to build a temple, should you build a temple facing the north direction or east direction? Anything that is related to the space and building as per the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you can come to Ask Nithyananda and you can ask Nithyananda your questions related to Vastu Shastra, the gemology, and anything related to astrology.
So we would like to also share about another model which is there, which is the science of power manifestation. So this is another beautiful model where Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the science of manifesting Shaktis, and just by the initiation, by watching the daily satsang, you will be able to start manifesting powers at the end of it. And if you want to have a particular like a personal guidance by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, where he's sitting with you teaching you how to manifest the powers of third eye reading, how to manifest the powers of body scanning, where you can scan your own body just by using your third eye, see your own body, see where the various issues are, and be able to give healing to that particular part of your body. Or the science of remote vision, where you can see any distance, where you can see any place in any part of the world, where you can do the mind reading just by connecting with your third eye, be able to see the mind, be able to see the thoughts of the person in front of you. There are 463 powers that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has blessed the world with. It's not just the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing or giving it, it is revived from the Vedic tradition, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blesses each one of us to manifest these powers. So by using the science of power manifestation model, you will be able to get like a personal tutor to be by your side, like personal Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself sitting by your side, giving you the detailed, powerful cognitions as each power manifests out of the powerful cognitions. So, giving you that right, powerful understanding of what cognition inside of you can give you that click to make you manifest the powers, and then giving you the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference, the direct Sanskrit words of Paramashiva, like when Paramashiva gives the various techniques in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, he gives the detailed step-by-step guidance of how, when you close your eyes, how you have to unclutch from everything, how you have to feel that oneness, and then when you are in that oneness with Paramashiva, you are able to manifest the powers. So, giving you the Shastra Pramana, the Apta Pramana. The Apta Pramana, as we mentioned earlier, is the various detailed scriptural references of the various masters in the Vedic times, like the various rishis and sages, and then the personal Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's experience. So, like this, as Nithyananda is here as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, customized for each and every one of us. So once again, I encourage all the viewers to take this time now to scan the QR code that's projected and start using Ask Nithyananda today. There are ultimate possibilities that are there, ultimate ways that you can experience. We have just given you a gist and an understanding of few that you can experience, but Ask Nithyananda is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, customized, personalized, there 24 by 7 for you.
So with this, we are now we have the most awaited Satsang, the Darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, on this auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya. So let's all get ready to receive the direct words, the sacred words from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji. Thank you, Nithyananda.
What we've been waiting for, to have the darshan of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji. We stay tuned and we will get that broadcast soon. Mahavakya invokes Swamiji.
Mahavakya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi. And Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. This Mahavakya is spiritual lullaby for you to fall into samadhi. Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva to wake up in you. Just remember this one powerful cognition. This Mahavakya puts me in samadhi. This is spiritual lullaby for samadhi. And Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva in me. For Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant
बंद कर आंखों पे हर बाधा हटा कर सब दूर दूर जो है कह जाएंगे कि सब देख देखते रह जाएंगे। त्रिनेत्र जागरण जो इसे कहते हैं, कथाओं में जो सुनने को मिलते हैं, कहने में जो लगे नहीं इतना आसान, चिल इतना भी नहीं मुश्किल, बात बनेगी संपूर्ति जब साथ है तो आओ, एक दीक्षा की तो बात है सारी दुनिया में मगर एक ही इंसान, उप्स नॉट इंसान, ये है भगवान। जय 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 नित्यानंदा, जय शिव शंकर नित्यानंदा, जय 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 नित्यानंदा, जय शिव शंकर नित्यानंदा, नित्यानंदो शिवोहम नित्यानंदो सदा शिवोहम नित्यानंदो शिवोहम नित्यानंदो सदा शिवोहम तंग 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 तंग
Sadashiva, 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 Nityananda Sadashiva. कालेश्वर महाकालं कालाञ्जन निवासिनं कालकृत् कालवेत्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा सर्वकृत् सर्ववेत्तारं सर्वज्ञम् अपराजितं सर्वभूतात्मभूतस्थं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा यो सृजत् सर्वभूतानि ब्रह्माद्याश्च सुरासुरा तमहं लोककर्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा वरं वरेण्यं वरदं वरिष्ठं वरवाहनं वनमालाधरं देवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा प्रीतियत् प्रीतिदातारं सुप्रियं प्रियदर्शनम्
नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिवशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् Oh, oh, oh. I welcome you all with my love and blessing. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Kailashians, everyone sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. And today, Big TV, a Telugu TV channel, has sent the questions. Shri Pavanji, Chief Editor of the Big TV Telugu, has sent the questions. I'll surely answer your questions. Shri Pavanji and the Big TV Telugu channel, thank you for sending the questions. And we also have questions from Miss Anjali Swami, Editor and Bureau Chief Arizona of Bharat FM. And thank you, Miss Anjali Swami. I'll answer your questions also. And we have Shri Sandeep Ji, founder and editor-in-chief of India Speaks Daily YouTube channel, also sent the questions. I'll answer them also. Thank you, Shri Sandeep Ji, founder and editor-in-chief of India Speaks Daily, for sending the questions. I thank all of you for being here. Paramashiva's direct message from Mahakailasa on this auspicious Akshaya Tritiya day, Parama Satyas about Akshaya Tritiya. Listen. Akshaya means infinite, eternal. Akshaya is elaborated in Sanskrit scriptures, in Hindu scriptures, in original Sanskrit. The word Akshaya is elaborated with the words Shaswata, Nitya, Nirantara, Ananta. These are the words used in Hindu scriptures in original Sanskrit to explain the word Akshaya. So listen. Akshayam, Shaswatam, Nityam, Ajaram, Purushottamam, Yegamaivad Vidiyam cha Yat Param Brahma Shaswatam. The word Akshaya appears earliest in Rudra Samhita. Rudra Samhita is the earliest reference for the word Akshaya. Of course, Akshaya word is used in Hindu scriptures multiple times in many places. I am saying earliest reference is Rudra Samhita, 2nd canto, 35th sloka. Akshayam Shaswatam Nityam Acharam Purushottamam Yegamevat Vidiyam cha Yat Param Brahma Shaswatam. So Akshaya means infinite. We will have to use many words to translate the word Akshaya. If I have to use only one word, I'll choose infinite. Akshaya means infinite. Listen. Ishwara. Actually, this Rudra Samhita describes Parabrahman, Parameshwara. Paramashiva is Akshayam, Shaswatam, Nityam, Acharam, Purushottamam, Yegamevad Vidiyam cha Yat Param Brahma Shaswatam. It describes Ishwara as Akshaya, infinite. Listen. Whenever you start cognizing Ishwara is Akshaya, you are liberated. Whenever you cognize Ishwara is finite, you fall into delusion. Either you start denying God completely and become atheist, or deny the dimensions of Paramashiva and become agnostic, or deny some of the dimensions of Paramashiva and get into like a rational agnostic, semi-atheist, or kind of a little dry Sankhya. You get into different kinds of delusions.
More than delusion, I think there's confusion.
When you cognize Ishwara as the finite, and listen, when you cognize Ishwara as finite, you start building a kind of even fear and greed with Ishwara. You start building the relationships like a give and take.
And that limits to, if I'm not given, I can't take, or if I take, this is the only way to be given, and so we miss the point that it's infinite.
That is also kind of semi-atheism. Be very clear. Only when you cognize Paramashiva, Ishwara is infinite, you are liberated. If you cognize Ishwara as finite, you will fall into some kind of delusion. Same way, Jagat. Jagat is infinite. Jagat is infinite. But when you cognize Jagat as finite, again you fall into delusions. You feel, oh, you have only finite time to be with Jagat, enjoy Jagat, celebrate Jagat, and you get into the greed or the fear of leaving, losing, fear of change, multiple kinds of delusion. You start building deluded mental setup when you cognize Jagat is finite. If you cognize Jagat is infinite, again you are liberated. The ultimate truth is Jagat is infinite. Next comes Jeeva. Actually, if you spend little time, use your simple, straightforward logic, and you are seeking sincerely in a matured way, you can even cognize Ishwara is infinite, Jagat is infinite, but you can't cognize Jeeva is also infinite. No, that is too much, because the self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. The self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. I call it STHD, just like ADHD. STHD. Self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Because the STHD you carry is so deeply engraved in you, that has become such a strong pattern in you. You strongly believe your Jeeva is finite. No. But the ultimate truth is your Jeeva is infinite.
Too many times, too long in our lives, we've been trained to think everything is finite. Everything, including the spiritual God, ourselves, anything to do with us, especially to do with ourselves. But Swamiji tells us the real truth of infinite.
I will give you thousands of Shastra Pramanas, and from my own experience, from Prasthanatrayas, Nainam Chindandi Shastrani Nainam Dahati Pavakaha Nachainam Kletayantyapo Nasoshayati Marutaha. Bhagavad Gita says, listen, Ishwara is Akshaya, infinite. Jagat is Akshaya, infinite. Jeeva is Akshaya, infinite. Knowing this three is infinite is moksha.
And loving the Akshaya word more and more leads us to moksha. Wow, thank you.
Listen. If you cognize Jiva is finite, you fall into the delusions of various malas, anava, kanma, maya. Kiranagama says, Bhoktrutvam namayat proktam anadimala karanam abhilashastanav satyam satanuhu kena hetuna ragobi sanimitatvat pravruttaha purushasyatu. Lord said, verily what is said as bhoktrutva is due to the primary cause mala, which is eternal. If it is said to be that desire or attachment exists in embodied soul, which is the reason the soul gets embodied, therefore it becomes the reason for its embodiment. Listen here. You need to understand this Kiranagama deeply. Whether you cognize Jiva is finite or Jagat is finite, the mala starts. Sincerely meditate on these truths I am revealing. Step by step. See, Fortunately, Paramashiva's grace, due to Paramashiva's grace, I studied the Shastras in a traditional way, in the Guru Sishya Parampara, in a very authentic Sampradaya way. I studied. So it has a very beautiful systematic way of removing the delusions and enlightening you. So as per that system, the very tradition, the very methodology through which I received this Shastra Pramana and Atma Pramana, my own enlightenment experience. I'll reveal it now to all of you. Listen sincerely. Ishwara is infinite. Jagat is infinite. Jeeva is infinite. Jeeva is infinite because anything finite cannot even seek infinite. If you are seeking something at some point of your existence, that what you are seeking was part of you. Anything which you have not experienced, which was not part of you, you cannot seek.
Unknown cannot be sought. If it's hidden, is different. We still have knowledge that we need to seek to find this something that we now understand. Actually, we know it. We do know it. There's a little separation, distance, something, whatever, but somebody is bringing us back to finding our infinite soul, infinite world, and infinite Ishwara.
Be very clear, your very seeking shows that Jiva is not finite. Listen. Jiva feels suffocated when it cognizes itself finite, so and tries to break free from that suffocation, from that bondage, from that toxic feeling, because the infinity was, is its original state as undercurrent.
So instead of seeking the infinity of our soul, we seek what? Infinite wealth, knowing wealth is finite, even knowing it never comes with us. We are seeking in the wrong place for the wrong thing. We need to seek the infinite soul, the infinite Jeeva.
Infinity. You can't seek which is infinite unless your core your foundation, your original state itself is infinite, was infinite. And the next, you need to understand, if your Jeeva was infinite, it has to be infinite even now.
Yes.
And almost every tradition accepts that Jiva manifested from Ishwara. The relationship varies. Advaita gives a different relationship between Jiva and Ishwara. It says it is pure oneness. Dvaita gives a different relationship. No, it is complete two different entity. Visishtadvaita gives a different relationship. No. In the beginning, when you are in delusion, in Maya, under Maya, it is two separate, and when the Maya reduces, Maya loses its power over you, it becomes one. Various. Shuddhadvaita describes the relationship in a different way. Various Upanishads, Shastras describe the relationship in a different ways, but all of them agree. Jiva manifested from Ishwara. So understand, Ishwara is infinite. How can anything finite manifest from infinite? No. That is why the first verse of the first Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, starts with Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. This is a Shanti mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad. From Purna comes out the Purna, and Purna exists as Purna even after the Purna came out of Purna. So how can finite come out of infinite? No. Jagat is infinite even if you start logically understanding the known universe is less than 0.0000000000001%. All known universe which you can know and which you can imagine. This is what is the conclusion by the modern day scientists. I can give you 100 reference.
This is such an expanding satsang to know all our efforts, all we have looked into through the modern scientific means, show us just this tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of what is out there and what we could know if we would let ourselves know it and learn from the Sanskrit, the old scriptures, I should say, the scriptures, these are in Sanskrit. We would, our whole knowledge would become infinite.
The known universe and the universe you can imagine. Even with your quantum physics theories of parallel universes, multiverses, with all of these theories, whatever you can perceive or imagine, all of it put together is less than 0.0000000001%. Anoraniyan magato mahiyan Jeeva sada shakti madassa eva nityam vatto mukta iva pratitaha swatmanam nyatva shivatam rachet. Jiva is subtler than the Atman atom, greater than the great, ever the embodiment of Shakti. Through it appears, though it appears to be eternally bound, by ignorance it is liberated, knowing its true self, which is Akshaya, Akshaya, which is its Shivahood. The Sarvajnanottara Akamas, Moksha Pada, 5th canto, 7th verse. It says, knowing that it's Shivahood, Shivadam, Nyatva Shivadam Vrachet, knowing its Akshayatva, infinite, knowing itself as infinite, it is liberated. Listen. Jagat,
So many ways to liberation.
which you can perceive, imagine, all put together is only less than 0.00000001% of the actual Jagat exists. So it is literally infinite. If you even read Shastras, or even if you don't believe in Shastras, just read some of the scientists' references. I'll give you some references now. All the stars, planets, galaxies that can be seen today make up to just 4% of the universe. The other 96% is made of stuff astronomers can't see, detect, or even comprehend. These mysterious substances are called dark energy or dark matter. Astronomers infer their existence based on their gravitational influence on what little bits of the universe can be seen. But the dark matter and the energy themselves continue to delude all detection.
It's so astounding because even the name for it is misleading. It's dark only because it's dark in our heads. We can't see it, so we've called it, oh, it must be dark. But it's actually influencing things. So maybe it should be called light matter, the matter of the most effulgent light that there is, acting on the whole universe. And that effulgence comes from Paramashiva, is all I can say.
Overwhelming majority of the universe is, who knows, explains the science writer Richard Panek, who spoke about these oddities of the universe, of our universe, in his lecture in city of New York. It's unknown for now and possibly forever. That is what is scientists are repeatedly saying. You can just Google and see how big the universe, how big is the universe, and you can, even if you don't believe the Shastras, read what scientists are saying about the universe. It is infinite. Jagat is infinite. Listen, when you start cognizing Jagat is infinite, all your fears about death will just disappear, dissolve. It will become irrelevant. You will not have the greed to exploit Jagat and quickly finish enjoying. That stress generated by the greed will dissolve the moment you know Jagat is infinite.
We don't need greed to rule our lives, to run behind something because, oh, it's going to be finite, it's going to run out, it's not going to be enough, I will have to share it with others, I won't get my share. No, it's infinite. The world, Jagat, is infinite. The Jeeva, the soul, my soul is infinite. And God, Ishwara, is also Akshaya, infinite. And there's no need to grab and live in fear of I will miss out because it is infinite.
Same way, when you know Jiva is infinite, your fear that you need to finish enjoying everything within this one life will disappear. This fear and greed generates the violence to exploit further your interests at any cost. Asura means who furthers his existence and his interest and his life at any cost. You become Asura when you believe your Jiva is finite. All religions which teaches your soul is finite and you have only one life or just few life. This one life theory is the reason for Asuratva, that at anyone's cost, at any cost, even at the cost of the nature, even at the cost of the earth, even at the cost of the prakriti, you just further your interest and your life, which is Asuratva.
And see how many wars would have been averted if we had lived not as asuras, if we'd had leaders, kings, politicians, presidents, prime ministers, not as asuras, but living from the principle of everything is Akshaya. This is the whole world is Akshaya, and infinite means we don't need to show greed in our life or fear others' greed.
The terrorism, militant missionaries and missionary militants, both conversion and terrorism, both is established on the concept of soul is finite and the life is only one, or just few hundred years. This one life theory, which is delusion and false, not Paramasatya, not even Satya in the Vyavaharika level. Forget about the Paramarthika. Even in the Vyavaharika level, it's not Satya. That one life theory forces human beings to further their interests at any cost. It makes them feel like you can exploit nature, you can exploit Prakriti, you can exploit other human beings, you can exploit anyone, anything for your interests, to further your life and further your life's interests.
So even that fails, because if it's done out of the belief that my life is finite, nothing I achieve is actually going to help me get out of that belief and get to the real source of me, which is the infinite soul. Then we are, despite successes, we are stuck. We are stuck in greed and fear, and the life never succeeds.
That is the root cause of all militant missionaries and missionary militants, all terrorism and conversion. Understand? Cognizing Jeeva is infinite, liberates you. Cognizing Jeeva is Akshaya, Ishwara is Akshaya, Jagat is Akshaya, is moksha. Listen, on this Akshaya Tritiya, realize all the three, Jeeva, Ishwara, Jagat, is Akshaya. This is moksha. At least start cognizing. Start cognizing.
If we make a start, more can happen. If we never start, well, it doesn't start.
This Jeeva, Ishwara, Jagat, all these three are Akshaya on Akshaya Tritiya day. So this will just multiply, manifest, because anything you start on Akshaya Tritiya multiplies, manifests more and more. It explodes. It becomes infinite. So, if you start cognizing Jeeva is Akshaya, infinite. Ishwara is Akshaya, infinite. Jagat is Akshaya, infinite.
Three amazing, amazing beliefs that are transformative. Thank you so much.
This liberation, moksha, will start manifesting in you as Akshaya. This is Paramashiva's direct message from Mahakailasa on Akshaya Tritiya. Paramashiva's blessings to all of you to realize Jeeva is Akshaya, Jagat is Akshaya, Ishwara is Akshaya, and manifest moksha.
How liberating, how transforming from the finite world of scratching around and chasing the small things here and there to knowing I have the whole infinity in front of me, the whole world of infinity, the whole the guidance, the spiritual guide, the Paramashiva infinity, and I myself am infinite to enjoy all of this. Thank you. Sorry for the technical problems.
On this auspicious Akshaya Tritiya day, let Akshayatva manifest, infinite manifest. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Amrita Bindu Upanishad says, mind alone is the cause of bondage and liberation for humans. The mind which cognizes Jeeva, Ishwara, Jagat is finite, is the reason for bondage. The mind which decides to cognize Jeeva, Ishwara, Jagat is infinite, is the reason for liberation. So understand, mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Mind alone is the cause of bondage and liberation for human beings.
Mind is not the problem. How we use the mind, what we allow the mind to understand, to be, to guide and lead us, to define things for us. This is where we start introducing all kinds of other things into our life. Mind can liberate us also.
Miss Anjali Swami is asking, could you please give a spiritual perspective to the recent Pahalgam incident in Kashmir where so many innocent Hindus lost their lives? What should be the right approach towards non-violence? Listen. Miss Anjali Swami, I think I have explained in this satsang. I give you a straight answer. Asura, Asura means, that word Asura means, who furthers his life and his life's interest at anyone's cost, at the cost of anyone, he will further his life and his life's interest. He will not bother about others or nature or life. That person is Asura. So the Asura should not be allowed to exist and do this damage to others and the life. He should be contained, should not be allowed to cause any damage to others and nature. is non-violence. Listen, ahimsa means not only you will not further your life and your life's interest at the cost of others and the nature, you will also not allow the asuras who does furthering of their life and their life interest at the cost of others. That is the real non-violence. The paramo, what our Shastra say, ahimsa paramo dharmaha. The parama dharma of ahimsa is for Brahmana. The swadharma ahimsa is he should not further his life and his interests at the cost of others' life and others' interests, and he should continue to teach this. Is the Brahmana swadharma. A Kshatriya should execute this. That is Kshatriya swadharma. Vaishya and Sudras should support this. That is their swadharma. And this is what is ahimsa paramo dharmaha.
We have much to learn about how we live with those asuras who further what they want at any cost, regardless of the cost to others and a cost to their life. So Swamiji beautifully has given the understanding for the different roles in life towards this. We are not to be passive, we are to be active within our specific roles, whether it's Brahmanas teaching, Vaishyas supporting, Kshatriyas executing, that the Asuras are not allowed to have freedom to execute what they want, and it need to be contained. You cannot be allowed to freely roam in this life and affect others regardless of cost. That requires action.
Miss Anjali Swami, hope I answered your question. Non-violence for Kshatriya is to contain, stop all the asuric elements and asuras. Asuras are those who are trying to further their interests and their life interests at the cost of others' life and nature and everything. So, a Kshatriya should contain. In any cost, the asuras should be contained is the ahimsa for Kshatriya. Teaching this truth and living this truth of not furthering your life and your life's interest on others' life and the cost of the others and others' life. Living this ahimsa, teaching this ahimsa is the dharma for Brahmana, but for Kshatriya, the ahimsa dharma is containing those asuric elements which are trying to further their life and their life interest at the cost of others' life. Pravrittincha nivrittincha janana vidurasuraha nasaucham nabisacharo nasatyam teshu vidyate. Those of asuric nature exploit others. Those of asuric nature do not comprehend the path of righteousness or restraint. In them there is no purity, proper conduct, or truth. They exploit others through deceit.
Beautiful call for action. You should not wait and see what happens. I kindly teach a little this, and here have a little bit of love, and we will look after you. No, we need to actively teach, live ahimsa with children, and contain and stop asuras as chachas, and in all ways support the Vaishyas and the Shudras, support this. This is so important. Thank you, Swamiji, for your teachings.